hopping on a little bit of a raised pre-cleanser to get my makeup like melting off. I'm gonna let it set for like 10 seconds and then I will rub it around. We're gonna do the first part of the live here in my bathroom and then the rest of it in my office because I just have better lighting in there and because my husband would like to take a shower and we are taking up that. But I seriously need to wash my face. So like actually wash and scrub it for tonight's skincare before I put on. Sometimes I'll just do pre-cleanser, but we attempted to fly kites today and it is so hot. It wasn't even a hot day and I still got really hot. So I'm like, I need to wash my face. Okay, say hey when you're hopping on. I feel like it's been a minute. I can't see any comments yet, so be sure you say hi. Drop a 1 if you're watching the live. It'll say live in the corner. 2 if you're watching the replay. There's Adam rolling around. Not rolling, kind of running, waddling. I don't know what he's doing. Has anybody ever flown kites before? I had not. There was definitely a learning curve. And we realized the type of kite you have matters. I can't see a single comment tonight. Hey Swan, can I use your phone and see if there are any comments? Mine has 0.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm sure there's some. Oh, here we go. Never mind. They're coming. Yeah, I think I had to just slide it back through. Hi, good evening. I've missed you guys. So we have had family in town for just a few days. Adam's cousin and his girlfriend have been here. And then we had just kind of a busy week. Today we did kite flying. Those kites, if you watch the vlog about the Costco experience where we bought kites, we took the kites out today. 2 of our kites were just trash. We couldn't get them off the ground. And then 2 of the other kites, you want to get the one that only has like one, almost like a fishing pole handle. Those were so easy to use and you just like clip the thing on and you were up in the air. The other 2 we got looked like butterflies and they were horrible. We couldn't get them off the air. It was very disappointing, but luckily we had 2 that did work. So I did that today. Yesterday, I went and helped at the orphanage for an Easter party for another orphanage, an orphanage I'd never been to before. So on my dream board bucket list, life goals, you know, when you're planning out your year or you're planning out your life, volunteering is something I used to do often when my kids were little. And to be honest, I've just gotten very busy and also opportunities that I used to have, like I don't live in the same place and that kind of thing. So I've been looking for volunteer opportunities or ways that I feel like I could help. And so I am trying to figure out how to balance that and my job and my motherhood and all the things. And so, but I was really excited to get to help with those things this week. A friend of mine put together these amazing Easter baskets for the kids, and a group that I was with, everyone donated and rented a bounce house and put together eggs, and we did an egg hunt and pizza party, and it was really rewarding, very beautiful experience. And it just makes you I took Lola with me and it was just like a great experience. So that's what I was doing yesterday. So I didn't do a live because I was gone all day long. But things that stood out to me were one of the kids, before she even looked, she found the basket with her name on it. And before she even went and like looked through what was in her basket, she ran over and gave every person there a hug. And just like such a fun personality, fun heart, and you just like are looking at them. And the way it works is at 12, so a lot of these kids have been at this specific group home orphanage setting, some of them for years, but when they hit 12, right before their 12th birthday, they're transferred to an orphanage that's from 12 to 18-year-olds. They no longer can be in the 0 to 12. And I just was like, just heartbroken. get a lot of them, like so sweet, and some have some challenges and all of it, but just that like the feeling of like how can you help someone feel loved, or where can you like do your part. And so anyways, just like emotional. But I do feel like God is like opening doors and connecting me with people and organizations and things to be able to go and help and go and do. And so I'm really excited about it. Yay, you just got your first order of collagen and trim. Is there anything that you guys do that you're like, this fills my cup, or I love helping with this, or I love doing these things? I feel like purpose is so important. And in seasons where you kind of feel, in low seasons of my life, and if any of you are going through a low season and you're like, I just don't know how to like feel better, I would like to encourage you to volunteer, because during some of the hardest seasons, if you spend time with people who are homeless, hungry, needy, orphans, elderly, like the list goes on, like people who need help, it will give you, you will leave. It's so amazing how giving back works, but like you will leave feeling filled up, and it's beautiful. And so if you've ever had like, if you're going through a time where that's how you feel, maybe see if there's things in your area you could do to be able to help. So it is so good. Okay, we're going to the office. The lighting here is not so good. Adam needs a shower. We used Balancing Cleanser from Pomifera. Pomifera does have a deal for 25% off of the Build Your Own bundle. They're already normally 20% off, so it's just an extra 5. So when you look at it, it will show you an additional 5% to the already sale price. But it does make it 25% off, which is awesome. So here we go, migrating. Just gonna go in. Follow me. How's your week been? I go live so often that if I miss a day or like 2, I just am like, what? Like, where are all my people and what have they been up to? Oh, I forgot. I've got, we'll just have to, okay, so I told you we've had family in town. So this is my office. This is the air mattress that they've been staying on. They were really sweet and left us like a mug. They're from Chicago, and they left us a little Chicago mug and took their sheets off. So just ignore the air mattress. We are just, it's just real life around here. Okay. Also, yeah, nice and clean. Like, see if I can scoot it just a hair, but if not, it's not a big deal. Look how much better. I'm going to turn this main light off. Don't mind me. Okay. Close quarters. Hi. Have you guys decided what your kids are doing for camp yet? We've been looking at, we have been looking at summer camps for kids. I can't believe the school year is almost over. Just feel like this has been the fastest year, possibly of my life. Lost the AC remote. Oh well, we're gonna be fast because I have no air conditioning in this room, so it might get hot. Dana, so the code GLAM30 is for Ophir. That is the company that the code is GLAM30. But with Beautiful You, you can get sample packs. They have a whole sample pack. I think God is opening doors, like actively seeking to try to find things to do and like give my time, and then just like praying about it, like literally just meeting people and looking for opportunities. And so if you're like, I don't even know what to do, like search hashtags, search Google, like ask ChatGPT, like things you could do, like, you know, all of it. I have something in my eye, you guys. I hate watching someone rub their eye. It's so gross.
I have a daughter who's like really grossed out by eyeballs. I am that way with teeth. I just can't do teeth. They gross me out so bad. Okay, got in a new Pomifera product. This is the Superoxidant Boost C Serum. So, I'm curious how this works compared to the Brighten, which is a vitamin C serum. Love the packaging and the bottle of this. And I'm always like, wonder what the consistency. Ooh, it's like an orange serum. Okay, well, this makes me really excited. Let's put on our jellyfish peptide and then we're gonna do that. I know, I have to take some every now and then, take things off. Sometimes I just can't fit in all the things I needed to do. So it's like, I'm trying to do them every day, but every now and then it's like, when you're taking people to like airports and different things, you know, you're like, okay. But today we did the kite thing. And do you romanticize things in your life? I think it's wonderful to romanticize things in your life. But I romanticized flying kites. I have never flown a kite. I had books about flying kites, I guess, as a kid. To me, it just seemed like the most family thing to do. So Lexi had a friend come with us. Christian was doing something with another friend. And so it was just like my girls and her friend. We get out there, we could not figure out how to build a kite. We were trying to watch YouTube videos in the middle of the blaring hot heat. Also, I attempted to put kites under the stroller, but when we would go up the hills to get to where we were going, they would just like slide out. The stroller does not walk well on cobblestone and all the things. It just was like, you could have done like a prank video on our kite experience. We were sweating. I didn't bring drinks because I thought like it was really cloud. I honestly thought it was gonna possibly rain on us. It just was an interesting kite experience. So, but when we were done, we saw a family that had 3 kids and we asked them, like, I think they were cruisers, but we were like, would you guys want our kites? Like, once you like open them up and put them all together, there's no carrying them around like old San Juan, and like be a blessing. And so we gave this family our kites, and she said, my daughter has been crying because this one big field by the fort. She said, my daughter's been crying because she wanted a kite. And she was like, I could not believe you're coming over and asking. I just prayed, God, I don't know how, where can I get her a kite? And she said, seconds later, you were here. I was like, oh, God is so good. And her daughter was so excited. She was probably 6. And so, I was really excited that so that was probably the best part of our kite experience, was giving our kite to another family, and we had already gotten it built. So they just like got a kite, good to go, you know, it was amazing for them. But anyways, I really was so excited. Okay. You're grossed out with feet that way? I'm grossed out with wiggly teeth. What is your ick? What grosses you out? Drop it below. Okay, I'm using the jellyfish peptides. This is from Pomifera's Youth Collection. It is a fantastic skincare line. So it's listed under the youth category. It's an ageless sculpting wand, but it is mostly used for like sagging skin, deep wrinkles, instant tightening, like within 15 to 30 minutes. And then, so if you have a special event that you want to look really snatched for, and then the longer you use it, the tighter your skin gets. This is glass and extremely heavy and a very like good quality. If you're a packaging person, you're going to really love this. This is the Superoxidant Boost C. It's a new serum, and the ways that are different is it's got a tropical fruit complex, which is it's good for anti-aging, and then it has 12 potent antioxidants. So it's like a little more intense than just the brightening serum. This would be good for anyone who has sunspots, uneven skin tone, rosacea, anything like that where you're experiencing more redness in certain areas. So you can also go down your neck with this. If you notice your neck and chest are getting sunspots, this would be amazing to use. And it smells good. It has a very citrus scent to it. This texture also feels different than a serum. It feels almost like a gel. I'm actually loving how this looks and feels on. I love to give descriptions of how things work or how they feel or how they smell, because I think that that is the benefit of watching someone on a live video and learning about products. This one will be listed under the youth category. If you're looking for anti-aging products, the youth category is very helpful. I also love the color of this, that it has like a little bit of a tint to it. Oh, saliva grosses you out? That is gross. There are certain words that gross me out, like moist. I think moist is such a gross word. I'm like you'll be like at a doctor and they're like, I don't know why they would use the word moist, but I just think moist is so weird. Superoxidant. This is from Pomifera. So that's the look how tight my skin is with this. I can see it physically working like in front of me, which is exciting. I love things that are like that. It also has, it has a lot of things in it. Aloe, mango fruit, papaya, basil, jojoba seed. It's like the list goes on and on and on. Raminoids, which I'm not sure what it is. I'll look into it. Orange peel oil, eggplant fruit extract, pineapple fruit extract, aloe flower extract. This is a really potent antioxidant serum. I can tell you this might be something I wear, like even under my makeup. We'll see how, I'm gonna wear it tonight, see how it feels, and then I'll try it one day, probably off camera, and I'll tell you whether or not it's good under makeup. Some products like don't make your makeup look good, like when you put makeup over the top of it, they're not good. There's certain ones, like love Pomifera rose oil, but I do not like it under my makeup. So I'll let you know. Okay, if you're needing a good exfoliant, Clarify exfoliating serum. I just got a new one in. You're gonna leave this on your skin for like 3 to 7 minutes, depending on how sensitive your skin is. And it's gonna just take like the top layer. It's similar to a chemical peel, but it's not medical grade chemical peel and it's not that deep. So it's just the first layer. It will slough off the skin and your skin is going to feel amazing. Why would you want to do that? Well, because when your skin's nice and exfoliated, your makeup goes on really well. When you are wanting to increase collagen stimulation, exfoliating is huge for that. So this also allows you to exfoliate without tugging on your skin or being abrasive, which is great for someone who has thinner skin, older skin, wrinkles, sagging skin. You don't want to be like very rough on your skin because that causes even more sagging. And so this gives you exfoliation without that. So it also contains Pomifera oil, which is really good for anti-aging, and it reduces signs of aging, renews the skin surface, and it also helps with oiliness and blemishes. So if you're needing, this is the Clarify exfoliant serum from Pomifera. So if you need that, it's really good. I do still have extensions in. I actually was like, sounds so silly. I was like, it took me like 30 minutes to put myself up to go live tonight. I have had a lot of mean messages about getting my extensions, that they don't match, that they don't. So when I got them, I did not have time to get them colored because I had kids with me and they'd already gotten their haircut and they were like over it. So I was like, don't worry about it. I'll come back and I'll get it like cut and colored. So I haven't gotten to get that done yet. And then really I've just been too busy that I haven't gotten to get it done. So then people are like mean about it or like, look so ugly, you're so fake, like doesn't match, looked better before. And then I just am like, I don't really have like the emotional capacity for like people to be mean to me right now. I'm like, I already was feeling icky about myself. That's why I got the extensions. I thought maybe it would help like boost my confidence, but instead I just feel like so yucky. So I am going on Wednesday to get, this is my hair, this is the extension. I know you can tell because it isn't colored, but I'm getting them colored and cut, and hopefully, I really do love, like my hair isn't fixed today. I've been doing kite mom things, but I do have them, and they will hopefully be looking fabulous like after Wednesday. So but yes, just had them kind of hidden. Oh no, it's frozen. Is it frozen for anybody else? Block the meanies. I have started to, like, even the people who are like, I don't mean this mean, but if you say something mean to me, I'm no longer used to. I would be like, I'll let them stick around because I want them to know, like, I'm a nice person, and then eventually they'll like me, or maybe I can, like, be nice to them and they'll like me. I no longer am doing that in my life. I'm not doing that. If you're mean to me, you are not allowed to be part of my circle. So, and that's how I feel about it. So, it's like, if you, like, I'm just being honest. Well, be honest. If you want to be honest and say something ugly, then I'm going to be honest and tell you I don't want you around. So, so that's kind of how, and that has also been another reason that like, it makes it to where it's hard to go live if I feel like I'm going to get made fun of. So, or like with certain content, I had a video go viral the other day that had a lot of like, you're spilling out in all the wrong places, and like, if I had back fat like yours, I wouldn't wear that. Just mean. And I'm just like, I love so much of what I do on this space. Like, so much. I love sharing cute finds. I love sharing things that I feel like will help people. I love encouraging people. I just am like, sometimes don't feel cut out for like the ugly stuff. And so, Natalie is really good to block and like delete them and be like, don't go on this video. The trolls found you and I will deal with this. And so it's good if I just don't read it. But that has kind of been my week. So then it kind of makes it to where you're like, I don't know if I want to go live today. Like, I just pray no one mean is on here. But anyways. Oh well. Here we are, showing up brave. And the majority of the people on here are not mean. And that's what I tell myself before I hit live. But, okay, plump. This has hyaluronic acid. This is going to help with shrinking pores. That's really the biggest thing. It is collagen stimulating, but hyaluronic acid is very good for tightening pores, tightening your skin, and plumping it up. So these are just like, I don't use a really extensive skincare routine. I am 36, I have 4 kids, and I definitely have like some wrinkles and things, but I feel like overall, Pomifera has transformed my skin. On occasion, I'm on my cycle right now. That probably is why I'm a little more sensitive and not like whatever, but so I do have like a little pimple here, but for the most part, my skin looks so much better than what it used to. And so I do love doing skincare videos because I have helped probably thousands of people clear up their skin and feel good in their own skin. And that is like something to be really, at least hundreds, if not thousands, but I would say at this point, like probably thousands. And I get rewarding messages every single day. And so, you know, you're like, well, just put up with the rest. I'm having to go out and in tonight because my comments are weird. So as far as serums go, if you're looking to get started with skincare, I would recommend a really good cleanser. I love Pomifera's either Stimulate Cleanser, which is like a peppermint and it feels really good on, or their Balancing Cleanser. You can also buy in a collection. It will be discounted if you buy that way, or you can do the Build Your Own bundle, and it's on sale right now too because of the deal. So I didn't put them here, but right, if you didn't, that's kind of how I feel about it. If they didn't mean to be ugly, then they wouldn't say anything negative, right? Well, thanks, you guys. Nancy, Adam has not used his CPAP anymore, but I will tell you, I have never found a more loving community that cares about Adam and his CPAP than the women we have here. I have a whole list of tips. He's going to go and get actually fitted, and one of you actually sent the center in San Juan and where he should go and the phone number. It's a San Juan sleep center, and I was like, and was a previous nurse and found all the information, and she was like, he needs to get fitted. And that like outweighs all the icky, because you're like, there are just so many people literally that like took time out of their day to try and find a sleep center for my husband to get his CPAP like fitted to his face. Like, how wonderful. So I think he has a deviated septum, which means like you can, it's actually kind of gross, but you can see from, if he does this, you can see from one side to the other. So he really doesn't have, and he has some like problems with his nose. So he really can't breathe through his nose well. And his mask is made for like kind of his nose, and he doesn't really breathe through his nose. So then when he's breathing through his throat, it like hurts. I don't know. We've had a whole CPAP journey. So, okay. Can you guys tell now that this is kicked in, like how my skin is looking from now, what it looked like before we got started? Like, it is just like hydrated, plump, healthy. It looks youthful, bright. It's amazing. Okay, so then we're just gonna go in with some Pomifera oil. This is just my bedtime, like if I'm not putting makeup directly on, or if I'm just going to bed, and you, especially if you have any sunspots or any discoloration, like the actual sunspots. And so I'm putting Pomifera oil on top of this, and this is my last thing I'm doing, and then I'm doing my lips, and that's it. Oh, and lashes, lips, lashes. I do have a bed in my office, yes. We've had family in town, and we don't have a guest room, so. And I didn't think it would be anything, and then I realized like, oh no, like I needed to get ready for the orphanage at like 7 a.m. on Saturday. And I was like, they're in here. I have all my get ready stuff in here. I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't want to wake them up. And luckily I had a suitcase that, if you know me, you know that I like had not really unpacked. And so I had a travel hairspray, a travel, like several little things, and like a little gym makeup bag. And I was like, okay, here we go. And that's how I got ready. And so I was like, okay, note to self, we have more family. We have the marathon of family about to come in. And I'm really excited about it. I just wish I had like more space to make it more comfortable for them, but they're gonna all be fine. Just like love each other more. So I will have some things that I just keep in my bathroom. But yes. See, we had heard CPAP is life-changing, CPAP is life-changing, and then he got it. And his throat has been hurting so bad. So I want it to be life-changing for him. I really do. Go down your neck with your Pomifera oil, because your neck shows a lot of signs of aging. So does your chest. So if you're starting to notice it in your chest. Okay. You tried to order Pomifera Rose. It said you were a returning customer and you had an account you've never ordered before, but you couldn't figure out how to sign in and can't make a new account. So it's just associated to your email. So if you have a separate email that you could use, maybe at one point you set up a customer account but didn't order and can't remember a password or whatever the reason, it's just associated with email. So, but it's good to know your email and your login, because Pomifera has this really great option where you get points, like customer rewards. So, well, bummer. I was gonna put on Happy Salve. It's like my very, very favorite lip from Pomifera. But I don't know where it is. Oh well. It's chapstick, and it leaves your lips feeling amazing. I have them all over the place, so I'm sure I'll find one somewhere in my bathroom or bedroom. But okay, and then Barboletta. This is a travel version, so this one's tiny, but if you've ever wanted to try Barboletta, it is a lash serum. I don't think I linked it here, but if you go to CourtneySwan.com, then you can get Barboletta. It's just a lash serum to help your lashes grow long. And this one's just a tiny travel version, but would give you enough to see if you'll see results, but you will. So if you're needing a good lash serum, anybody using Barboletta, drop below if your lashes are growing. And then I just take it and kind of like work it into my actual lashes. You can also use it on your brows. And I have the big one too. I just have this one in here. Okay, the nose pillow cushion is a game changer for your husband. Not a full face mask and way more comfy. That's great to know. Oh no, Tina, what was the new the new product is called the Youth Superoxidant Boost C Serum. Superoxidant Boost C Serum. And I noticed that I got this in, and I might have had early access. I'm just now realizing it might not be available yet. But if it isn't, it will be soon. Hopefully it is. I'm doing my brows because I would like them to grow a little more. And also putting a little bit right here in my like widow's peak area because I do feel like as I'm getting older, this area is getting a little thinner. Okay. So this one, I have a discount code, but if you just go to Courtney'sOne.com, that's where you'll find it. So, all right. I wish my comments weren't weird tonight. I hate it when I can't see all the comments. And that I had Happy Salve. If you're gonna get Pomifera, I highly recommend getting Happy Salve. It is like a chapstick, and if you've ever had Pomifera results, drop them below and let people know. Like, I'm not kidding. It literally will change your skin. But the Happy Salve is like a very hydrating, healing chapstick, and it is wonderful. Kelly. No, I did not like the house that we looked at. It is beautiful, beautiful home. But I think it has some foundation problems. You could see some areas that were like really cracking, and benefit, like the amazing part was it was on the beach, like directly on the beach. And it had a basement that you could redo, but it wasn't big enough for us. Unless we redid all these different things, and you could only get to the basement from outside, and I didn't want something that I couldn't get to my kids from inside a house. And like, if we redid it, it just would not have worked. There were like a lot of things, but the cool part is, don't you just love this? Like, once you explore, I think exploring is amazing. So like, we explored that and we were like, is this a good fit for us? And it wasn't. So now, instead of every night like looking at the Zillow post, I'm like, oh, I know that's not a good fit. So I'm so glad we explored it. Then we found another property that is absolutely fabulous, but it is way, way, way overpriced. And even if we made money off this house, it would still be out of our budget. So that's out, but it kind of let us know, like, we need more space like this, even though we can't afford the house, but we're just like looking. It was just fun. And then, so there's not really any great options. We do have somebody looking at our house. They are interested in it, but we will only sell it if it could be. We have flipped houses before. We both are self-employed, and my husband actually does real estate. That's his profession, but he does mostly commercial. But anyways, neither here nor there. We would only sell this house if it was like, because of we've renovated it completely. If we could make profit and then that go either into another house or just be part of what we live off of. And if not, and some people are like, I would never do that, but it's like, well, if we could, we're self-employed, like if we could make money and then even rent for a little while or whatever, then we probably would. But you never know unless you're like there and like what happens. If it is for like similar to what we paid and what we put into it, then no, there'd be no point, and I probably couldn't get into anything just as good as what we have. Ideally, I would love at least one extra bedroom, just so we could have the girls not share a bedroom, and then if guests came, they could give their bedroom up and then go and share a room together. That would be great. 2 bedrooms would be extra, would be amazing. But until then, we just it doesn't bother me that there's the only thing is like what. Like my dad and his girlfriend are staying for a while, and so I'm like, if we need something, we're just gonna move like the printer out of here, and just because I don't want to be in their space. But I'm like, it's just part of it. We're just... Okay. So we're not moving. We just had somebody that was like, hey, we want to move to this area. We would like to look at your house. And they are friends with our neighbor. So we have talked about possibly maybe adding a suite, or it's very like slow to build here. And that's the biggest part is it, but we do have like a little bit of a side yard. It's not huge, but it would be enough. We could put in like a bedroom, and maybe electricity, but that could add like a year to build that just because it's slow. My dad was like, I could get a camper and park it in the yard. But I was like, I think I'd rather you be in the office than be in a camper in the yard. So, but like, I don't know. Real life. Okay, Lori, I've always used high-priced things from dermatologists and plastic surgeon's office, but I really like the way this makes my face feel. I'm now 61 and retired, so I'm cutting down on the budget, but Pomifera is great. Yes, so I have used like, I've either been gifted something from a med spa or used something from a med spa, or, but I was never one to even be able to like continuously use skincare because I was like, I can't tell a difference, whatever. And I am obsessed with how my skin looks with them. Like, it consistently gets better and better. And so, and tonight I'm like looking at how it is and I'm like, it looks so like just plump and hydrated. It looks amazing. Yes, let go and let God. So I'm not worried. I have more than enough space that if my sister's coming with her 3 kids, and I'm like, we can put blow up mattresses in the living room. I just ordered like 1,000 glow sticks and I've like missed my nieces and nephews so much, or nephew, but my kids love them. They like, there's certain parts of being here that I feel like it's the best season of my life. And then there's other parts where I'm like, I really miss like Adam's mom and family and my aunt and like different things. But I just got 1,000 glow sticks, and I got in like a disco light that does like all these different lights, and some like glow in the dark, like you can paint on your body and it dries. And so to have a glow in the dark party when they come. So I'm really, we'll make the bed situation work, and it's all going to be fine. It just might be when you hear me on a live this summer, you're like, whoa, it sounds busy at Courtney's house. And it will be because there will be 13 people here for a lot of this summer. So buckle up. If anybody else wants to visit, the dates of May 28th through like July are really popular. But it's going to be really fun. And we're just going to have like just such a fun summer, and we'll make all the air mattress things work, and that's just kind of how it is. So okay, you guys, I'm gonna hop off here, and I love you guys. If you have questions about anything, just let me know. I will be working with I did go to that other orphanage yesterday, and I'm gonna be working on lists for each of them. Some of them have, that orphanage was a lot more, like they had a lot more private donors, and it's just a lot better already, like on its own, well supplied compared to the first place that I went. For example, it's set up in more of a group home setting. Each child, there's only 2 people per room. It is, they all have like really matching sheets, and they've been donated beds, and it's like, they still have needs, but they're living, like they got Easter baskets, and they are locked in already with some partners that are taking very good care of them. Whereas the orphanage I went to earlier in the week, they're like, so they have a lot of needs. They are at max capacity. They're turning kids down every day. They don't have what they need. They need like all the things. Like this other group home orphanage, they had like a well-stocked facility, and then the other one was like, this is what we have, and we literally pray every day that like we will have enough more things coming in, you know. And so they have enough to like function, but they aren't they need. So I was like, okay, as far as spending like a lot of my time and energy, I will definitely help at both, but I feel like one for sure needs more funding help than the other one, because the other one already has support. And so if at some point their support drops, then I'll let you know about both of them, you know? But I'll definitely share about them. And if you are ever interested in adoption, especially, you can reach out to me privately and I can get you in touch with them. But if you're especially interested in the adoption of a child who is a little older, it is really sad how they kind of leave the homes that they are and they move on. And so if you ever have adoption on your heart and try and want to pursue that route, they definitely have children that are in need of adoption, especially before they have to move to the 12 to 18-year-old new homes, which is leaving the already home they've ever known. So, but I know, buckle up, Buttercup, right? Yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride, but it'll be really fun. I am like making like a little itinerary for family coming to town. I just got in. Really, you would think I'm like a teacher right now, because I am trying to, it's a lot of children. And so I'm trying to have things like activities for us for while they're here. So I got in like, and if you want me to share what I'm getting, like for summer activities for families, I can also share that with you. But I got in like giant white seashells and like different paints. I got in stuff to make sand slime so that I can take them to the beach and we can make sand slime one day. I got like these little portable things to like paint seashells at the beach or do like watercolor while we're at the ocean. Just little activities so that each day, if we're like, I don't know what to do today, I at least have like a fallback of like, here's enough for us to do this. So, I gave you an incentive to crawl out of that and put your face on. I will be laying in bed sometimes and I'm like, if I got up right now, my eyelashes could be longer tomorrow. And that's kind of how I look at it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Or I use the bathroom so many times per night. I'll be like, okay, don't forget to put on your lash serum. Because it's like, you know, every time you consistently do your skincare, your skin gets better and better. It gets more elasticity. It's tighter. It's cleaner. It feels better. It's like all these things. And so if you're like, I should do it, you should do it. You will feel better. And when you wake up in the morning, on days I haven't washed my face the day before, I like look at myself and I'm like, oh, I just look like I had a rough night, you know? And instead, if you did your skincare the night before, you wake up and you're like, this feels so good. So anyways, I put the link for everything in the description of the video. And if you have questions about anything, you can reach out. That deal for the build your own bundle for Pomifera, it will be ending. So just if you're wanting to get that 25% off, you can do that. And anyways, I'm sure if there's anything else you need, just send me a message. So good night. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for being nice to me tonight. I was really nervous about it. So love you guys.